What's up, everybody? I want to make a special video, and it's about one of the greatest legends who ever hit the small screen, as when you were a child, growing up with the franchise that you know and love today. Today, I'm talking about thuy, aka Trini from Mighty Morphin Power Rangers Season 1 and first half of Season 2. I'm going to tell you a story about how she became my favorite. Well, my second favorite among the original 6. Well, 5 first, then it became 6. To start things off, I want to take you back to 2005 when I was 14. I remember going to the thrift store with my aunt, Doris, and I've seen the original 5 VHS tapes of Jason and Trini, Day at the Dumpster, and High 5. And I believe this is what I'm talking about. High 5. As you can see, as you guys can see, my cover, my VHS box art is a little bit banged up. I don't know. I'm gonna give you a closer look, just so you get a good image of Trini morphing into a Ranger and the Zord. This box art is what made me a fan of her, because it was pretty much a focused episode of her. Try to overcome her fear of heights, saving Billy. She was the first Ranger to destroy Bones. I'm sorry, but she had a couple of good character development episodes until '94 came around, when she fought the Mantis monster, learning how to master the Mantis moves. It's everything that you want in a kid's show when you were young. Sure, know your favorite Ranger. Getting back to my story, I remember asking my mom to buy this, and she did. And I went to my Aunt Dora's house, and I just went off, just watching this non-stop, because of how good the episode was, and the music in the title of this episode represents how old school and retro the franchise it's ever gotten. And before I got this tape, personally, I was really young, going up in the Bronx, New York, visiting my cousins, and I remember seeing Happy Birthday, Zach, No Clowning Around, and this. I wound up seeing No Clowning Around when I was maybe 4 or 5, and I believe I was watching this around 3 o'clock in the afternoon, because that was my first time seeing, an episode on the VHS tape, watching the Rangers kick butt. And I'm just sitting there thinking to myself, man, these guys are really the joint. Look, I'm autistic, alright, because I didn't know about none of this when I was young until around teenage and an adult age, when I know about, Mighty Morphin franchise, because it only had 3 seasons, but season 1 was pretty much close to my heart, because it was the most recognizable. It was a dinosaur base, it was everything you want in a TV show, and plus it had all these cool martial arts action that you really love about TV shows and stuff. But getting back to my story, I remember sitting there in my Aunt Dora's house, just watching this, just glued to the TV of how great it was, despite the cheesiness. mean, Mighty Morphin was Mighty Morphin. Your basic, typical Mighty Morphin with the cheesiness and the music and the themes. But the music was great. But the cheesiness was just bad. And some of the plot, well, it kind of makes sense, but in some episodes, that's where things kind of got really dumb. But regardless, Thuy Train was and will always be my favorite Ranger of all time. Even though she tragically passed away until this day, September 3rd, 2001, in a car accident. And when I first found out about it, I believe it was around 2007 when I found out she died, because I didn't really believe it at first until I read the internet and I started boiling. I'm like, what the fuck did I just read? Like, my mind was like really twisted and messed up for some strange reason, until I realized that she really did pass away. And I read that the driver kind of lost control. I don't know what happened. I don't know what made him do it, but all I know is it was really sad and a tragedy moment for among Ranger fans like myself. And I remember watching this news on YouTube like years ago. And whenever I seen that clip, my heart just dropped, because we had a Yellow Ranger, despite the controversy of her her Ranger color being Asian, she's yellow, but she was still among one of the best Rangers out there. And when I found out that she died on the news, I was like, what? Seeing Amy Jo Johnson paying tribute, paying her respect, her in tears. Seeing David Yost talking about her coming to America, coming from a different country, you know, from her learning English and stuff. And she did pretty well after Power Rangers, starring in 2 movies from the 90s, Spy Hard and The Crow, City of Angels, around 96. And what happened was Austin, Walter, and Thuy had a really bad agent that ran out on them. They were going to work on a movie, but they wound up on the documentary about martial arts around 95, when Austin St. John was giving an interview about his martial arts. And during the show, Thuy Train was giving an interview, the same thing. And she was talking about the times when she was almost killed in a boat accident around, I believe, 70s, when she was like really young, coming to America, learning how to speak English. And when I took a look at her eyes, and I'm thinking to myself, why does her eyes look blue? But on the show, it was black. That's kind of weird to me. But she was still beautiful regardless, you know. And around then, I thought I was starting drawing myself as a Ranger from Mighty Morphin as a little Rhino Ranger. I wanted to be silver or gray, but I just wanted being, you know, another Blue Ranger as a D7 Blue Ranger of of Mighty Morphin. Just fan art stuff, just messing around. In my opinion, Thuy Train is one of the greatest Yellow Rangers of all time, alongside Aisha, Karen Ashley, you know, 2 of Mighty Morphin era Rangers who were great, but Thuy Train was the first and would be the best. Not trying to be a fanboy here, but I'm just saying, giving you my opinion on Thuy Train's appearance. If she was still alive today, she would have made so many appearances in Comic Cons, giving interviews, working on different projects, TV, movies, and just, if she would have appeared on Super Mega Force, if she were, to come back on the show, it would know it's now being filmed in New Zealand. And you know what, Thuy Train, all I can say is that you were the childhood hero and the greatest ranger of all time. It's sad that you tragically died in 2001. And this is to all my fans and to all the Power Ranger fans who know Trini and Thuy Train well as a ranger. And also, you do go out, if you're watching this, this is for you too, because you were the first Yellow Ranger in the pilot episode, as well as Thuy Train, when she became second in the second part of the Day of the Dumpster episode. But you know what? This is a tribute to her. I promised you all that I was going to do something like this today, to make a tribute video, give you my story and my childhood memories of her. As you all seen my top 12 episodes of Mighty Morphin Season 1, I talked about her Mantis episode, and you all understood that. And with that being said, that's going to be it. I hope you guys enjoyed my tribute video of Trini, aka Thuy Train. Or I should put it like Thuy Train, aka Trini. Make sure you subscribe, leave your comments down below, and leave me some likes, because I love y'all, because you guys are loyal to me. I'll give you my everything 100%, But you know what, man? This was a tribute video to her. I hope you guys enjoy, and I'll see y'all next week. Even though I did not react to Down the Supercharged episode, because I heard it was good, even though it was another filler episode. So take care, my friends, and I'll see y'all later.